beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexisjayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Tarika. Sorry love, you got a long username, but thank you so much for all your love and support. Te quiero mucho. Besos. Thank you so much. If you want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below, and your comment can possibly be my next notification shout out. Boom. Chicka bing, bing, chicka bing, chicka bing. I missed you guys so freaking much. I feel like it's been a hot minute, and it really has. And I finally got some free mama time. It's been birthday after birthday, stuff after stuff. Okay. I don't know if it's because, oh, you guys see my eyes? I poked the crap out of my eye a minute ago. So like the lights right now are kind of just like doing it for me. We're gonna start in with the story time. So let me know what you guys are doing, who you guys are watching me with. Let me know all the chisme down below. I would love to know. Let me know the latest. How you guys been? How you been feeling? All that good stuff. I would love to know. Close your eyes. Do it right now. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're holding. Stop. Just close your eyes. And let me just pick. Bad vibes, nasty feelings, sadness. Let me just pick. As I'm picking, just take your deep breaths. Okay. Just let the good vibes come in. Wash all over you. Love you guys. So let's get into it with the story. We go down and we're getting this free breakfast. I am still in shock because I feel like there's no way that Sam is gonna act all nonchalant like if she just didn't try to. Okay, and I feel like I always get a lot of crap for not letting things go so quickly, and I feel like in this case it was 100% valid for me to be like, because it's a serious thing. Like, how are you just gonna play? Ain't nobody playing like that with you. And I hate how some people weren't taught how to play, you know, play nice or whatever, especially Sam. I feel like she was just always just a rough one. Like, she just didn't know how to play, but then she'd cry like when it was done back to her. It was just, I was so confused. So Mrs. Peach is like asking like, how come I'm not eating, or what's wrong? Like, why am I like acting like this? And I'm just like this, like just trying to go back in my brain and think about like every single little detail that happened so I can just reenact it to see if I'm like tripping out, you know? And I do that a lot. Sometimes when I feel like before I react, I'm going to go back in my head, replay it, act it out, and see if I'm tripping or not. Because maybe, just maybe, I overreacted. Just maybe. But I don't know. This time I feel like, okay, no. What you're feeling is 100% valid. You're not tripping. So I'm like having this conversation with myself, to myself, and I'm just like that. So I'll probably look like a little crazy because I'm like in my own head, in my own like zone type of thing. Like, don't talk to me right now. I am trying to figure this all out because she just tried to hurt me, and I don't know how to move it. I don't know how to move appropriately, because a lot of the times things would happen. They are not going to be like, oh, Sam, or, you know, make me feel better. They'll sometimes handle her, you know, how she like, but it's not like, it's not 100% like how it should be, you know what I mean? So I'm just like dealing with all these feelings. I don't know how to feel. I'm just like, I feel crazy, guys. I feel like there's just so much, and I don't know how to process all my feelings. So I was thinking how I was going to deal with this appropriately and kind of get like my payback at the same time, but I just felt weird. And I hate when there's situations where like I can react like, oh, that I reacted good, you know? And there's just sometimes I am just like dumbfounded. So Mrs. Peach is like telling me to like eat up because she's not going to take us out to eat anytime soon. And even if I just want to like pile my plate to take it up to the room later, they're like, it's fine. Again, I'm so dramatic. I'm like, she has to say, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, ¿qué trae? Like, what is wrong with her? And she like tells her that we were playing around and it went a little bit too far and I got my feelings hurt. I just like looked at her like, I'm just like in disbelief because I'm like, am I sitting next to a little psycho? Like, am I sitting next to a little psycho? And I'm like, that's not what happened. So I make sure to like tell her that's not what happened. It goes over Mrs. Peach. She don't even care. She's like in her own la la land. She's dealing with her own thing. She do not care. So we go back to the room. She doesn't even get like comfortable or situated like she's gonna stay with us. She tells us that she's gonna be back later, but that she doesn't come back until like late, that it's fine, that her and the adults are figuring out what to do, what's the next step, because this is something huge and she doesn't think that we think it's as big as it is and that we should be taking it more serious. And I'm kind of confused because I'm like, I didn't do anything. Like, I'm innocent. Like, I am innocent. I didn't do nothing. Like, it's y'all. So I tell her, I'm like, so we're not gonna go back to the house? And she's like, no. Did you not? No. We have to figure everything out. Like, I said, let the adults handle this. And I tell her, because I don't even know like if I'm gonna be able to, but like I just tell her, oh, well, my mom's gonna be picking me up, so do I just have her pick me up here? She looks at Sam because she's probably thinking like, oh, she's gonna be left here by herself. And she's like, no, I don't know, no. Tell your mom that we're like a little bit busy. I don't know, make something up. But no, I said that like, you're not gonna leave her by herself. Oh, and thank you guys so much for correcting me on how I said bagel, bege. So grateful. So how I said it incorrectly. So thank you so much. I love y'all so much. I said it incorrectly, but y'all are so sweet about it. So thank you so much. I'm gonna see if the lighting is messing with me. It's too bright. Yeah, that looks better. Let me see, does that look better? Yeah, I think it looks better like this, right? Did the first one look better or does this one look better? Let me know down below. Okay. So anyway, she tells me I'm not gonna be able to go, and I'm like, I won't be able to tell my mom that. Like, my mom wants to see me. Like, my mom needs to see me. And she's like, okay, well, just message me before you leave so I can come back and stay here. Like she is so annoyed. Like, oh my God, how dare you leave? And then I have to come and babysit her. Seriously, the vibe that she gave off was just like, and that she just like went like that to her. So she leaves and we are just in the room together, and Sam is like trying to talk to me, and I keep telling her like, please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. I really don't know what the is wrong with you. You're weird. I don't like you. I don't want to play with you. Don't talk to me. Like, for real, stay over there. Don't, because now I've gotten some energy because I just ate. Like, I will fuck you up. Like, I don't care. Like, you're off. Like, you're not off limits anymore. Like, I will for real fuck you up. I will fucking drag you all up and down here. Don't touch me. Like, for real, don't touch me. Oh my God, you're so ghetto. You're so dramatic. Okay, but did she step closer? Did she? No, she didn't. She stayed that over there, and I was like, okay. So I laid in Mrs. Peach's bed because no, I don't even want to be around her. Like, you got me so messed up, and she's just sitting there. It was so hard because I kept like fighting it to like not knock out. Like, it was so hard because I felt so uncomfortable. I felt like I couldn't relax. Like, it was so weird. Like, it was such like a weird feeling where like I had to have my guard up, but I was like fighting my sleep, and to a point it literally felt like I was going crazy. Like, it's a real thing when it's being sleep deprived. Like, it's a real thing. Like, it's like you're drunk. I didn't really believe it, but for real, it's a real thing. You need your sleep. So eventually we both knock out. She starts snoring, and I'm like, okay, cool. I feel like it gave me the okay to like go to sleep, and I felt safe to fall asleep. I wake up a couple hours later because my phone is ringing, and it's Tommy. I answer it, and right away I just felt like my gut fall to my asshole. Like I felt it. Like I was just like so uncomfortable. Like I knew something was up. I knew something was wrong just because of just the vibe that I got. So I answer it. She's asking me if I've seen my mom or if I've talked to my mom, and I'm like, no, she's with you. Okay, calm down, calm down. Even though I was calm, but she was freaking out, so she was probably trying to calm herself down. And I'm like, I'm calm, so I'm getting annoyed because I hate when she would do that, where it's like she was freaking out, but she was trying to calm me down, but she was like literally trying to calm herself. Anyways, so I tell her, I'm like, I'm calm. She tells me that my mom has been missing since yesterday, that they went out and my mom went somewhere else, and that she's been missing, that she's been trying to find her, that she thought like maybe she would call me. And I'm like, no. She's like, well, I don't know where she's at. And kind of has like an attitude with me, like, I don't know where she's at, Alexis. Like, you need to find her. Like, she has da 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 da. So my mom has something of hers that she needed. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where it's at. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know where she's at. And she's like, well, I need you to help me find her. I'm like, okay, well, how am I supposed to do that? Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. So anytime my mom would go missing at times, I would be called, and they swore like I was gonna do like a cat call or something, or like a freaking, they thought like I was gonna be able to find her and she was just gonna come around and know. And I hated that kind of responsibility on me, because I felt like at the times I couldn't find my mom, I felt like I failed, and oh my god, like the worry would kick in, where I was like, oh my god, where's she at? Did someone have her hostage? Did she push someone too far? Did she get crazy with the wrong dude? Like, what is about to happen? Like, it's a real nasty feeling that I would get, because I never wanted anything to happen bad to my mom, like ever. Like, my mom has like some crazy stories of her own, of her in really bad situations, and we had no idea. And so when my mom would tell me like, oh, this just happened, I would feel so guilty, because I would literally be like somewhere safe chilling, and she was out here struggling, and I thought she was just like with her friends, but like something bad was happening, you know? And it would make me mad. So like all these things were running through my mind of, what if this, what if that, oh my god, this, that. And it was a lot, you guys. Like, it was a lot. So I sit up and I'm just like kind of freaking out, trying not to cry, because when it comes to my mom, I do like instantly cry, because I don't want anything bad happening to my mom. I never want to get that phone call where like, oh yeah, we found her here. None of that. Or she went missing, because like, let's be honest, like a lot of like people who do go missing, who are on drugs and stuff, they don't get, and people don't tend to like really care, and like the police like investigate and stuff like that, because they're like, oh, they probably are off doing this, whatever, and the person just got in like in a bad situation, and yeah, like they don't really go out and like really try to find them. Like, I don't know how many times I would call like the cops and stuff and be like, this was the last location. They're like, okay, well, we'll keep you updated. Well, did not care. And then eventually, like weeks later, I would find my mom, and I'd be like, oh my god, like I called, I went looking for you. Like, I have went looking out for my mom with her friends, and going up and down, like hours up and down. Oh, okay, let's go here, let's go over here, that's 2 hours away, that's your last call, over here, over there, over here. Like, it's so exhausting, and it's so scary, because you just don't know what people are capable of. And my mom is a hothead, and she can read you for filth, like for filth. She can make the devil cry. Like, she is very, very like so when her friend called me and she was like, oh, we can't find her, she's not answering, we called so-and-so who she left with, they don't know where she's at. And it's not like if the people she left with were good people either, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like if these people had like the best intentions for like my mother or anything like that. Like, these people did not give a damn. They were really bad people. So I sit up and I'm like talking to her, trying to like, okay, and she's telling me that she needs me to get ready, that she's gonna come by and get me, and not to start my shit or anything like that, that she's gonna come get me. Like, there's no ifs or buts. And I'm just like, okay, cool, because that's my mom. So I get off the phone with her, immediately text Peach, and I'm like, I have to leave sooner, it's a family emergency. And she's like, oh, what's the coincidence, like how coincidental, whatever. And I'm like, okay, like I don't care. Like, at this point, the movie needs to keep rolling. So, because honestly, that's what it feels like. It feels like my life is literally a movie, and we need the next thing. It's like, okay, it is what it is. So she tells me that that just to leave Sam, that Sam's fine there, that like honestly she don't care. I get ready, I tell Tommy like, this is where I'm at, text me when you're outside. Why the are you there? What are you doing there? And like wants to go off on me about it, and I'm like, we're visiting their family. Their family's here. Made up a whole lie that their family was here. We were just here, whatever. That we just got here. And she's like, oh, okay. She chilled her little titties out, and I'm like, okay, cool. Just kidding. She got big old titties. But I'm like, okay, cool, because like I didn't really want to have to go into detail. Like, well, this and this and this and this, and then it'd be a whole thing. She only needed to know what she needed to know, and that was it. Period. So as I'm getting ready, Sam's sitting up, and she's like, so where are we going? Bitch. Where am I going? Where am I going? And I'm like, I'm not taking you. I'm like, you're really stupid. And I tell her like, yeah, because she is stupid. Like, you're dumb. Like, you are dumb. Dumb as shit to think that I'm going to take you. Like, you're stupid. You're so dumb. Are you stupid? You dumb? Yeah, you must, something's loose up there. Like, you're stupid, dude. Like, stupid. So I was going in on her. Like, why are you so dumb? Like, you really are just like stupid. Like, oh, like I'm so mad. Like, I can't believe you're even asking me this right now. Like, you are so dumb. You are so stupid. Dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. So I end up taking Sam. Oh, so I end up taking Sam. She starts crying and telling me that I can't leave her there. That like, what if someone is watching and they just see me leave, and they know that it's like the three of us and one of the adults is gone, and just starts doing a whole thing, and like it's on you, like, you know, Mrs. Peach is not gonna come back, and just starts crying, like literally crying, and tells me like I have to take her, and that she's sorry, and that she didn't mean to scare me, that honestly that like it was just like, no, like it was just bad timing, that she waited too long to like, you know, do that. And then when she did do it, it was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Alexis, I'm so sorry. And just like apologizing up the culo, okay? Just apologizing. And I'm like, nope, I'm tired of it, dude. Like, you're always on something. Like, I am tired of it. Like, no one can stand to be around you. Like, I'm tired of it. And I don't want to take you around the people that I know. Like, you're gonna embarrass me. You're gonna straight embarrass me. And she's like, no, I promise I'll listen. And it's because like I know like they're about it, and no, like please, like just please, 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 like don't, like I'll throw a fit, like I will chase you down, I will chase you, like please, 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 please. And she just starts doing all of it, right? Like she just straight like embarrassing me. Like she's telling me that she will embarrass me, that she will embarrass me. Like, please, 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 please. Like, you know she's not going to be back. So she starts screaming, and she is saying that, like, I better take her. Please, please. Like, she's, like, demanding, but, like, asking at the same time. Like, please, 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 please. Because I was going to leave her. So Tommy tells me, like, hey, I'm outside. Hurry up. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I tell her, I'm like, look, I'll let you go with me. I don't even know why I'm letting you go with me. Like, honestly, like, I don't even want to. I can't deal with it. Like, y'all, like, I literally get a headache. Like, she is so stressful. Never in my life has someone been that stressful. Well, just kidding. No, like, she really is, like, for real. She really, like, stresses me out. But I tell her, like, she better be on her best behavior. That if she disrespects any of them, any sort of way, I will let them handle her. Like, I will let them handle her. I don't care. I'm like, these people don't mess around, and I don't care if they slap the shit out of you. Like, I don't care. Okay, yeah, okay. Like, just like so desperate to just like want to go, so desperate to just like want to hang out and be part of it, just so desperate. And I felt bad because I hate that I felt bad for her, because I feel like she just wanted to fit in, but she just blew it every time. Like, she just didn't know how. Like, she honestly always just put her own foot in her mouth all the time. So we go, and Tommy is pissed, which she is valid on that 100%, because I'd be pissed too. I would hate it when my brother would be like, can you come pick me up, whatever, and I go pick him up and he had some of his friends with him. I look like a taxi bitch. I would hate it. I would get so annoyed. And I would tell them too, like, what are you doing? I'm like, can you just give him a ride? Why? Like, I'm already having to pack all 4 of my kids, and you really got the nerve. I swear, my brothers, they piss me off still. When I reminisce, I'm just like, damn, they really had some nerve. They really had some nerve with me. They really did. Mommy's like pissed off, and Sam is just sitting there looking stupid, having to be the one. The roles were reversed. The roles were reversed, and I had to be the one, like, can she just come? Well, I can't just like leave her. And Tommy's like, why? I thought you said they're upstairs. Like, why do you have to bring her? And I'm like, can I just bring her, please? Like, I just sound stupid. And Tommy is like pissed. And I didn't even think, like, who are we gonna be looking for? My mom. Who are we gonna be looking for? Your mom. Like, what are you doing, Jade? I don't know. I wasn't thinking. And I think this is where my teenage brain kicks in, because I wasn't thinking. Like, this bitch is gonna talk so much. This bitch is gonna look down on you even so much more. Like, what are you doing? I wasn't thinking. I don't know why. Tommy is pissed, and she's like, no, Alexis, no. And I'm like, well, then I'm not gonna go. She's, are you serious? To find your mom? As soon as she said those magical words, I was like, oh my God, oh yeah, this is why I'm going, duh. Like, I'm not going to have fun or something. Like, what the? I wasn't thinking right. I was sleep deprived still. I just felt anxiety, always feeling like I had to give in to Sam, because she was just like that annoying ass freaking little kid where it's like you just want to scream and be like, fine, because they just don't listen. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, I felt so overwhelmed. Like, it was no joke. I literally felt like I was going crazy half the time. I'm like, oh, like it kicks in, and I just look back at Sam, and Sam is just like, just quiet. And I kind of just bitched down to Tommy, and I'm like, please, you're so annoying, Liza. Just get the in. Sam gets in the back, I get in the front, and there's like two other friends that are in the back seat. Okay, like gangstas, look super scary, super intimidating, right? And Tommy starts driving. And she tells me, is this the little bitch that is always giving you a hard time? Like that. As soon as she says that, Sam's eyes just kind of like get bigger. And I'm like, yeah, that's her. I just don't get you. I don't understand you. Like, why the f would you bring her? I don't get it. And I'm like, I don't know. She just doesn't stop. Like, she was just bugging me. Like, she just doesn't stop. And I felt bad even saying that. But, like, honestly, that's how I felt. I felt like she just doesn't stop. Like, she never stops. And the two girls next to her were calling Spice and Sugar. Spice is like, why the f are you bugging her for? Like, you're weird. Like, you're weird. I hate little bitches. Like, so they're kind of just, like, getting up on her. And I kind of just, like, look back like that. Just so, like, they, I don't know, can see me. Like, dude, I see you, you see me. And they just kind of stop, but they're grown as hell. Like, I'm just a child. So they're grown, and they're just like, and I don't know. I guess I just want to look at you. I don't know. So we end up taking off, and I text Sam, and I'm like, are you going to tell them that we left? She's like, no, because I don't even think she's going to come and check on us. I don't even think this and that. I'm like, okay, cool. So we go, and we head out like 30-40 minutes away, guys. It's super freaking far. And this whole time I'm calling all these numbers that they say that my mom might be with this person. So I'm just calling and calling, trying to get a hold of my mom. And the whole time I'm kind of like tripping out, because I'm like, this little bitch is probably so like excited because we're out, but at the same time so excited because she's seeing me in like this vulnerable position trying to find my mom, you know. So we are looking everywhere. We even start looking like in the shelters, because like in some areas they don't let anybody in until like after after a certain time. And then they're like, okay, so like everyone's just kind of like in line waiting until they can go in. So I get off the car with Sam, and a bunch of like freaking mocosos are just like catcalling, and I am just like trying to look for my mom, and I keep asking people like, have you seen her? Have you seen her? Have you seen her? And they tell me like, oh yeah, she came by here, she was here last night. She said she's gonna be, you know, posted up in her room. She's trying to get good for her kids. I would hate when I would run into people and they would give me that whole spiel, because I'm just like, she's not, but okay, go off. Go the f off. And I keep looking, and Sam is like even asking, like, oh, have you seen her? Have you seen her mom? Have you seen her mom? And is like trying to be helpful, but y'all, I'm so annoyed with her because I didn't want to bring her. I'm so annoyed because I feel like she just stressed me out so damn bad that I had to bring her. Like, I'm just like so annoyed. Like, I don't even know how to express to you guys how annoyed I was. She kept trying to like ask me questions. I'm like, what? What'd you say? And she'd have the nerve to be like, damn, why are you so mad? Because I don't want you here. Like, I don't like you. I don't know how many times I got to tell you, like, I don't like you. I don't like you as a human. I don't like you as a person. I don't like you as a sperm cell. I don't like you. Like, you just fucking gross me out. And I just keep walking. I tell her I couldn't even really concentrate on finding my mom because I was on edge that she was going to offend Tommy or vice versa. And I couldn't even just be in my own thoughts. And she's like, well, I'm not gonna say anything. And she says anything to me, then that's different. I'm like, no, you see, even that attitude right there, like, it's not valid. Like, you can't have that type of like, well, they better not with me. Like, you're not even in the like the right to even have that type of like attitude or even be in that type of like mentality. Like, you're wrong. Point, period, blank, you're wrong. You're wrong. Like, that's it. You're just wrong. And she was like, but how? Why did you come? Like, why did I have to bring you? Like, why? So me and her are like arguing why I had to bring her, and Sugar and Spice come by and they're like, what's up? What's wrong? Like, why are you stressing? And I'm like, because like I didn't want to bring her, and then I don't even want to say that because I don't want you guys to like be mean to her. And they're like, we're not being mean to her. I'm like, yes, I know, but like I feel like I can't even. And so like I'm all over the place. I'm pissed off. I'm annoyed, and I'm frustrated. So I just start crying, and Sugar comes around and she like hugs me and she's like, calm down. Like, you're just stressing yourself out. You're stressing about something that's not even happening. You're stressing about it, and then if it does happen, you're just gonna stress yourself out twice. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, I know all of that. I know. And so I start getting a little like mouthy with her. Sugar ends up taking Sam like away from me. Like, she just ends up taking her away from me because like I'm just so like overwhelmed with her. With Sam, like, I don't even want to be around her, and I'm just like, I can't believe like my mom is missing. And I keep thinking about like the last things that like me and my mom were like arguing about, and how I was being like hateful towards her. And so that was just like going through my mind of like feeling guilty of like, God forbid something does happen to her. And that's all, like, you know, that my mom probably thought about. And I just feel extremely guilty, and I feel mad. I have like all these emotions like rushing through my body about it. And then on top of it, I feel nasty for even being considerate of Sam's feelings. I feel nasty that I even had to bring her. Like, I don't even know how to explain the feeling of like how pissed off and annoyed I was that Sam was there. Not because I was like embarrassed or anything like that. Like, that's maybe part of it, but I was mostly upset that she got her way yet again, where I felt like, holy shit, why can't you ever just be like, no, and like stick to it? Like, why do you let people just literally do whatever they want? They walk all over you. And I still deal with that sometimes with some people where like, I'm like, sorry, I can't. And I'm like, oh, no, like, you can do this. No, sorry, I can't. No, like, you can make it. And I'm just like, man, like, how come other people get to say no? People don't even like make them feel some type of way, or like try to, but like with me, like, what is it about me that like you want to keep asking me and make me feel weird? And then if I do say no, then I get like the silent treatment, or a shift of attitude is changed. Like, it's just weird to me. I don't understand it. So we keep going up and down, up and down. We can't find her. Someone finally calls me back on my phone, and they are like, who are you looking for? I'm like, I'm looking for, and I say her name. I'm looking for her. Have you seen her? Oh, yeah. She just went up the street. She'll be back in a little bit. Give me like 30 and I'll let her know you called. Oh my gosh. It was such a sigh. It was such like a huge like So I'm like, okay, Mike, she's good. She's like, yeah, she's good. Her phone broke, and the phone that she did get, she let someone out. I don't know why my mom was over here giving out her phones. Like, it was so annoying. She would give out her phones, or she let people use them, and she'd be like, no, they're gonna bring back like some. I have such annoying story times about like things that my mom would do, and I'd be like, why did you do that? Help me understand it. Help me comprehend it, so that like I don't feel weird for questioning you about why the f you did that. Like, it was a lot. So I tell Tommy, and Tommy tells me like, okay, cool. Like, we'll go get something to eat. We'll get like Subway, and then we'll just wait for the phone call to see if like she's even really there. Cause like she could have went to the store and she could have just dipped. I'm like, oh my God, that's so true. So we ended up eating Subway. Sam is sitting with Sugar because I do not want to be around her. Like, literally, I felt like if she said one more thing, or she said it like any type of way, I was just gonna lose it. Like, I literally felt like I was just so overstimulated with her. Like, it was just too much, y'all. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just so, it was annoying. So Tommy tries to give me kudos. Like, you see, I was calling and calling, and you just had the touch, and like tries to like cheer me up. And I think she was trying to be nice because she knew how irritated I was, and was just trying to make me like feel better or feel cool or whatever. So we're eating, and I noticed that Sam doesn't look like the happiest. So I asked her, I'm like, you good? And she's like, mm-hmm. Kind of like a little attitude. And I'm like, what? Like, what's wrong? Did you not get full? Like, what's wrong? And she's like, I didn't want Subway. She really had nerve. Like, she really had nerve, and I don't know where it came from. I don't know how. It came from Mr. Peach, I swear. But I was, so I'm like, what? Because I don't know if I heard her correct, because I'm like, maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm stupid. Like, come again? I was like, what? Like, I'm mad, okay? I probably got little crusties right here from me like downing that sandwich. And I'm like, what? She's like, with her sandwich, okay? Like, imagine this being her sandwich, and she's like, I didn't want this. Like that. And I'm like, I don't know if Sugar got her to feel comfortable. I don't know, because like, who the f raised you, bitch? Who the f raised you for you to be acting like that and being so ungrateful? Wow. And you got a soda? Like, you're stupid, dude. Like, you're so dumb. Sugar is just like, and rolls up her sandwich and like moves out of the way to like go sit with Tommy. And I just sit down, and I'm like, what the f is wrong with you? Like, why do you act, and why are you so ungrateful? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, honestly, I told you, don't act up, and then you're gonna do this. She's like, because I don't want a sandwich. You're for real fucking dumb. So I'm like whispering to her, but like yelling at her. Like, you are so stupid. And she's like, okay. Like, just, I don't know what happened. I don't know if like she got comfortable. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, you can only mask for so long, so maybe the mask was just harder for her to keep up. I don't know what is wrong with her. And I'm like, okay, so what the f did you want? Not this. And she continues to go like that to it. Okay, I'm like, she is on something completely different. So she's like, not this. I'm like, okay, well, eat. And before I am going to like move her sandwich, Spice comes, and like the loudest way possible, like, this is the sandwich, okay? And like grabs it and like chucks it in the garbage. Like, she is so mad. So mad, invalid reason. And Sam sits up straight. She's like with her eyes, and she's like, I was gonna eat that, I was just joking. And Spice gets in her face, and she's like, no the fuck you weren't. I hate little bitches like you. I hate bitches like you. If I was your age, I'd fucking dog walk you, bitch. Like, she was just so pissed off at her. And I'm just like, quiet, because I feel like sometimes people need to be humbled. Some people need someone to be in their face yelling at them, because some people really think they can be acting out any type of way until you meet the right one. Like, until you meet the right one. Like, you can't be acting like that. Like, what is wrong with you, ungrateful bitch? So after she told her that, it was very awkward and very quiet, and I kind of felt bad, but at the same time I was like, stop, Lex, because this is why she never learns, is because she always thinks that everything's like a joke, or she thinks that she's just above everybody. So Tommy yells at Spice because Spice threw the sandwich in the garbage, and Tommy was like, we could have gave that to somebody. We could have gave that to a kid when we went back looking for like my mama. And Spice is like, no, she just irks me, y'all. Like, she irks my soul. And I kind of felt bad because I feel like everybody would say the same thing about Sam, and it's just like, Spice was like a grown adult, you know, 18, 19, and I felt like it wasn't fair, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So we get back in the car, and it is so awkward, like so awkward. I don't even sit in front. And you think Sugar or Spice would sit in front because they're an adult, but no, Tommy let me sit in front, which I thought was really cool. But this time I was like, I'll sit in back, because I felt like, I felt bad, and I felt like Sam would probably feel some type of way being in back by herself after Spice was like all up in that face, like all up in that face, ready to, like, she wanted her, like she wanted her. And I'm pretty sure if I was an asshole and I was like, get her, she probably would have got her. Or who knows, maybe she would be like, no, because she knew she was 18, she could have put her hands on her. So we go back to the spot just in case and look a little bit more around that area. We get a call, and I think it's my mom, and it's not. It's they had spoke to, and me that thinks that like my mom's not coming back. I don't think she's coming back. And what did she say her name was again? I'm like, says her name. Oh yeah, I don't think we're talking about the same person. I was so annoyed because I was like, really? Really? I tell Tammy, and she tells me that she knows another spot, and that someone said that they saw her over there, and that if I was gonna go, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. I tell Sam, like, hey, has your parents wrote you back or anything? Parents? I'm like, you know what the she's like, no, they don't care. And I don't think she was gonna go. I was like, okay. So I cut her off, and me and Tammy are brainstorming, trying to look to see like, okay, where is she? Where could she be? Where could she be? So we get back in the car, and we head back to another spot, and it takes a minute to get there, like a minute, to the point where Sam knocks out. And I'm just like on my phone messaging if I can find my mom, or even calling like jails and stuff. Like it's a big thing. Like, I can't find my mom, and we are hearing like gossip that she got crazy with a certain person, and it's a scary feeling, thinking like, oh my god, what can happen? So there's some details that I'm not going to share just out of respect for my mom, but something really, really bad happened, a friend had said, and that was the last that they heard of my mom. I start immediately crying because I'm like, how humiliating. Where the F is my mom? Like, what if they just left her in this location? Like, I'm just like gagging and crying, and Sugar and Spice are like trying to like calm me down. Like, they're like, it's okay, man, like your mom's strong as hell, like she is strong as hell, she'll bull, like she's gonna be okay. And I'm just like crying. Sam is like snoring, okay, like snoring up a storm. I don't really care, because I'm just like, I'd rather her be silent than her like be bugging me, and I really don't want to hear her in this moment of me like freaking out about my mama. So Spice is a feisty one, and she's in the front, okay? So she's in the front, Sam's right here, I'm in the middle, and Sugar's right here. So where I'm kind of like crying, and it's like very emotional for me after hearing these details of like my mom getting into it with a certain somebody, and pretty much like my mom was harmed, and I'm like crying, okay? And Sam is like just sitting there like with her mouth all open, okay? I don't know why Tommy would think like it'd be funny, whatever, and good timing to like break check her ass. So she break checks Sam while Sam's sleeping, wakes up, and she gets all scared, and we all like laugh because like it's like a funny moment. Hee ha hee ha hee ha hee ha. I don't know what overcame Sam, or I don't know like what was going through her. Maybe she felt embarrassed. Well, I'm pretty sure she did feel embarrassed. She probably was like, what the? But she kicks the shit out of Spice's chair. Like, it was It was crazy hard. Like the whole car just went like quiet. Tammy like stopped the car like completely because like she like brake checked her, and then she kept going. We all started laughing, you know, because it was funny. And but as soon as she hit Spice's chair like with her freaking piel, like, it was so, I don't even know how to explain how quiet it got. It was like the calm before the storm. It was crazy. Like it was just like you really out here just like, what is wrong with you? And I get it. She felt like everyone was laughing at her. I don't know, y'all. Like I could see from both parts. I don't know. I was just like shook. Like I don't know what the hell was up with Sam. I don't know. She got more cojones than anybody, of like nerve. So I knew that Spice was gonna try and deck her. So I like went like this. Like we were all like, it was like crazy. Okay, so I went like this, trying to like help her. Sugar's like pushing her. Tommy's grabbing Spice, and Sam is like screaming, saying some really racist names. And I'm just like looking at her like what are you doing? Like what are you doing? And I'm like, Sam, because she's over here saying like some racist words, and I just don't understand like why she like thought like, oh, okay, this is the perfect time to like be super duper racist right now. Like it was just crazy where I was like, dude, you're wild and you're crazy. Like what are you doing? Tammy pulls over, yanks Sam out of the car like crazy, yanks the shit out of me crazy, and tells me that I better talk to her, that she doesn't even want to touch her because she knows how like she like is and stuff because of what I've told her, but I better talk to her, and she better act right because we still are like 40 minutes out. And I am like, honestly, I think that like Sam was like losing it, and I feel like she was just trying to test like all waters. I don't know why. Like I honestly was just like, what the. So she left us outside of the car, and Tammy is yelling at Spice, Sugar is yelling at Spice, everyone's yelling at Spice. And like I asked Sam, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm like pushing her, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like honestly, like what the fuck is wrong with you? And she's like, they scared me, and they like just woke me up. Like that's not funny. And I'm like, okay, bitch, but you had the nerve to fucking try to like kill me, unalive me with the pillow. I was just playing with you. Like they weren't playing with me. I was like, no, this is literally like your karma. Like literally. And like that wasn't even a pillow over your face, bitch. And she's like, you got me there, and like starts to kind of like laugh about it. And I'm like it's not funny. Like I'm so annoyed. Like it's not funny. Like I'm pissed, I'm annoyed. Like it's not funny. Like this girl is like literally losing her mind. Like she like something's wrong with you up there. Like something's not clicking up there. It's scary at this point. Like something's loose. So she opens up the front seat, and Spice is there with her arms folded, like pissed. And she's like, I'm sorry, it's just because you guys woke me up and I was having a really good dream. And Spice is like, I don't even want to hear it, yo. Like I don't hear it. Like I'm gonna get my little sister on you. Like I know where you live, I'm gonna get my little sister on you. I'm gonna get, like, best believe I'm gonna get my little sister on you. And Sam is just like crazy, you guys, like crazy. She's like, okay. Like I don't know what's wrong with this delusional bitch. Like I don't know what's wrong with her. So we get in the back seat, and Sugar is not even talking to Sam, because Sugar was like at least being a little bit nicer to Sam than Spice was. So we have to go like 40 minutes out still. We stop at a gas station, and Sam tells Tammy, like, I'm thirsty. Again, this bitch got no home training. I don't know what's wrong with her. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know. Like, yeah, you could say you're thirsty. Let's go to the drinking fountain. But, like, I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe because, like, I grew up, like, having manners. Like, a please, a thank you. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure some of y'all are going to tell me I'm wrong. Like, that's not the way you do it. Or, like, yeah, that's okay that she... I don't know. But, like, So Tammy tells her, like, okay, water's free. Sam goes to the refrigerator, opens it, grabs a drink, and goes to the front and tells Tammy, like, this is the drink I want. Okay, you're not gonna get that. You can get water. Walks out, and she tells the cashier like, I'm not paying for like I'm not paying for shit. Walks out, and I'm looking at Sam like, I don't have any money. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you acting out right now? Why are you acting out right now? She's like, I'm not. This is normal. It's just because like how they want to act and stuff. Like, this is completely normal. And I'm like, no, dude, like you are freaking wild. So I go and get a water and I give it to Sam and we walk out. And Sam's like pissed. Doesn't even drink the water because she's pissed because she did not want water. And I'm like mad, frustrated, and I feel like my anxiety is like at an all-time high because I feel like, why did you bring her? Like, why did you bring her? Like, what is up with you? Like, why do you do this, Lex? Like, you literally stressed yourself out. Like, I literally feel like I was dealing with a child because how she was acting. Like, nope, I don't want this. Nope, I don't want this. In my head, I'm thinking, I hope Tammy drops us off so I can leave Sam and I could just go with them and find my mom. Like, I don't want to take her anymore. Like, at this point, like, it's just like so stressful that I'm giving myself this shit, and I'm like, this is too much. I think Tommy like read my mind, or that's just what we were gonna do. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing. Because oh my gosh, look, I was looking for this one because we get off the freeway and that's where the place is that we're staying. And I just sit upright because I'm like, okay, cool. Like, we're gonna leave her. Hopefully I can still go because I want to go. Like, I want to find my mom. Now I'm like thinking about like all these things, like, oh, like being mean to my mom, and like guilt just sets in because like I just feel guilty. Like, I miss my mom. I feel guilty. I'm like, oh my god. And then hearing about like the really like nasty story that we just heard that like my mom was part of and like what they did, I just feel like all these emotions where I'm like, I need to see my mom now. Like, I need to make sure that like my mom is good now, you know? She pulls up to the hotel and she like looks back and she's like, get out. Pissed. Sam is like, thanks for having us. Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. I think she really lacks social skills, but then she doesn't, because she knows she's just playing on it, y'all. And like, that's where I was mad at, because I was like, she knows better. Like, in this instance, she knows better. Like, I don't care what she says, she knows better. Like, you know better. I'm going around to talk to Tammy and like let her know, like, I'm gonna go. Like, don't leave me, I'm gonna go with you, don't leave me. Can I just make sure she goes upstairs with the family? Because like, I wasn't trying to blow up my cover. I was like, please, can I please go? And she's like, just hurry up. Like, just hurry up. Like, she's like, you don't know how mad I am. Like, hurry the up. Like, hurry up. Just like mad. It was so uncomfortable, where like I was so bitched down in that moment, because I was just like I wanted to go, and I didn't want to like piss off Tommy, and I didn't want to see like this side of like them beating her ass. Like, I really didn't. So I go up with Sam. I don't even say nothing to Sam. Like, I am just like in disbelief of like, how can she act like that? Like, I don't know what's wrong with her. So when we got out, she was like holding the cup of water, and we're going up and stuff, and there's like a trash can, and this bitch chucks it all like annoying, is like, ugh, so stupid, like that. And I'm just like, damn, dude, like, I don't know what's wrong with this person. Like, and I am like in disbelief, where I'm like, is she really like playing it right now? I don't even know what to think. Like, again, y'all, like, I am just like in disbelief. So we get into the room. Doesn't look like Mrs. Peach has been there at all. I don't even know how to like tell her like, bye, because I hate that I feel like guilty. Like, I hate that like I feel like I am like responsible for her. Like, I hate that I feel like I can't just be like, bye. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Like, I wish I didn't have that part of human in me, because I was so disgusted, disappointed, all these emotions, where I was like, you literally just made me look so dumb. Like, I talked to you. Like, I felt like a disappointed parent, where I was like, I literally talked to you. Like, I talked to you. And she was just like, not a care in the world. Like, took off her shoes and was already getting like comfortable to get on the bed and stuff. And I was just like, I didn't know how to even like I was shook. I was just like, something is like wrong with you. It was a lot. I was just like, so as she's getting comfortable, I'm like trying to like get something to like to put on, take off. Like I don't even know. I honestly feel like I was just moving. I was like moving and doing things without doing anything, if that makes sense, because I was just like trying to look busy, but I wasn't busy. I don't even know how to explain it. Like I was just in disbelief, or like I thought she was gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, or dude, like it's because I don't know what I thought that she was gonna do, or I don't know what I thought, like how she was gonna act. I was just in disbelief. I was just like, damn, like you really are just like a shit person. So I'm just like just sitting there, and she's like, you're not gonna chill? I was like, no, dude, like you acted so stupid. She's like, oh my god, like you really care about them? Like they're a bunch of losers. Like you really care about them? And she's like really trying to put on the remote. And I was like, I gotta go. Like they're still downstairs. Like I gotta go. Like we just came to drop you off. Tell me why she's like comfortable like this, and she starts getting comfortable. Like, okay, then me put my shoes on. No, like you're not going. Like you're not going. Like no. She's like, oh my god, I didn't even act that bad. Like I'm pretty sure that girl's not even that mad. And like she's going to put on her shoes, and I was like, you're not going. Like you're really not going. Like I'm not. No. Like you're done. You're done. So I call Mrs. Peach so that she sees how serious I am, and I'm like, I'm leaving. Like I'm leaving. I don't know what time I'm gonna be back. And she's like, okay, está bien, está bien, está bien. Like I'm leaving. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Because I don't know how to explain to you guys, where it was just like I was just like, what the like what is wrong with this child? And she's still trying to put her shoes on as I'm talking to Mrs. Peach, and I'm like, she wants to go, but I'm not taking her. And she's like, está bien, déjala. Like just to leave her. And I'm like, okay. Sam is like putting on one shoe, and as she's going to put on the other one, I grab it and I chuck it towards the corner, and I dip. Like I dip, and all I hear is like a loud scream where I was like, you're crazy. And I run downstairs, and I don't even look behind me, because I feel like if I look behind me, I'm just gonna turn and be like, oh my god, okay, cool, whatever. Don't even look behind me. I just run downstairs. I get in the car, and they start kind of laughing, because they're like, oh my god, like what happened? What the heck? Like why are you running? And I'm like, because she still wanted to come. And they're like, yo, what's wrong with that girl? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't even know why she was acting like that. Like, I'm so sorry. Tammy just pulls off, okay? And my phone just starts, like, going. I'm getting called every name in the book. Like, I can't believe you left me. Like, I'm scared. And I'm like, Mrs. Peach is already on her way. Like, she's on her way. I can't take you. Like, you can't be acting like this around, like, my people. Like, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, you can't be acting like this. Like, I'm trying to get her to understand, like, what you did was, like, a no. Like, no. She wasn't getting it. She was like, tell them to turn back around and come get me. I just have, like, a funny way of playing. You guys just didn't get it. Like, I'll explain it to them. No. That was not funny. No. And I was like, no. Tammy snatches my phone, and she's like, you better not be messaging that girl. And I was like, yeah, I am, because like she just doesn't get it. And she's like, no, don't be on your phone. You're gonna kill your battery, and mom needs to get a hold of you. I'm like, okay. So I don't message her anymore. She's still messaging me a ton. Spice is over here calling her sister, telling her about the encounter that she just had, and that she wants her to beat her ass. Like, she's like, no, I've never met anybody like this in my life. And it's just like so mad. She's like, she hit me in the back of the chair. Like, she is pissed, and she's 100% valid to be pissed, because it was such a hard kick where it was crazy. We drive out to another location, still trying to find my mom, and the whole time I'm like trying so hard to like keep it together, because I'm like freaking out, because we called somebody else and they said that like my mom went to a whole different state, and that she was kind of acting a little bit different, and she was kind of acting funny, and she was kind of scared. She thought someone was like after her, and I don't know if that person was just trying to like scare us or what, but they gave us like some really like crazy details where I was like my mom really messed up. So I'm like scared, crying to Tommy, because I couldn't hold it together. She's telling me that like, no, that my mom's strong, that if anything, she's probably just sleeping somewhere, sleeping it off, not to freak out, and that it's okay, like to not cry. So we go to this one crusty ass motel, and I'm like, my mom's here. I tell Tommy immediately. I was like, my mom's here, and she's like, oh yeah, your superpowers feel it, like trying to be a little bitch, and I'm like, yeah, like I can just feel it, like my mom's here. But it felt like such a bad vibe. Like I felt like scared. I felt like it was like evil. Like it felt like an evil feeling. And I was telling Tammy, I was like, ooh, like it just doesn't feel right. And she's like, yeah, I know what you mean. And so we start knocking on every single door. Okay, we're knocking. Nope, not here. Knocking. Some people weren't even opening the door, so I felt like I was having to stand by like the window or the door and just like listen. Spice and Sugar are like boom, like screaming my mom's name, saying that like she better not be in there, that they're gonna bring back the police, like just crazy, just knocking on the door. I feel like my mom was really lucky to have people that were not scared of like doing all that, because I was scared. Okay, I would knock and like wait patiently for them to come to the door, and if they didn't, okay, I would try to stand by there. But no, they did not care. They were like getting in people's faces and stuff, like she better not be here. Like it was just like I was scared. As they're doing that, my phone is like vibrating. I look at it and it's Mrs. Peach calling, and I'm so scared because I'm like, oh my god, Sam probably told them like a crazy story, like oh my god, I don't know what's going on. So I answer and I'm like, hello, and she's like, hello, Alexis, ¿estás bien? And I was like, yes. And she's like, Sam told me that you left all crazy and that you were running because something bad happened. And I was like, no, I was running because Sam wanted to go and I didn't want to take her. And she's like, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? And I was like, yeah, what else did Sam say? She's like, nada, that you were just running and that she asked if she could go, but you said no, and that something happened to your mom. Yeah, we're trying to look for my mom, but I'll keep you updated. I don't know where she's at, and I don't know what time I'm gonna get home. She's like, no, está bien. Are you sure you're okay? It was weird, and I was like, I wonder what Sam told her or what, because like she kept asking me like, are you sure you're okay? Are you sure you're okay? I don't know. It was always so like, oh, I felt like on edge because I'm like, what did she say? Well, how much did she say? And this and that. And she was like, are you sure you're with good people? And I was like, yes. And she's like, Sam said that she heard them on the phone and they don't sound like good people. And I'm like, yes, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. I'm like, I have to go. So I hang up. We're like 3 doors away from this one door. And I'm like in my mind, I was like, that's the door. I don't know why. I was like, that's the door. I don't know why. But in my mind, I was like, that's the door. I was so scared to get closer and closer to that door because I felt like, what if my mom's behind there and she don't want to come out? What if she don't want to come? I don't know why I had these thoughts. A lot of the times I felt like maybe I spoke it into existence, or maybe it's because bitch, you know your mama. Maybe it's not silly, you silly goose. So I'm still knocking, boom, one by one. I'm getting closer and closer to that door, and I swear it feels like I can't even swallow my spit, because as I'm getting closer to the door, I'm getting closer to like what might be behind that door. What if my mom's in there and she's laid out? What if my mom's in there and she's with a dude and he's scary? Because my mom wouldn't like be friends with like dudes who looked all weak and shit. Like she was like with dudes who had like their fucking forehead all like tatted, their whole face tatted, tongue split type shit, and like scary looking dudes. And I was just like scared, like what's gonna be behind that door. Before I can even go, the door opens and it's my mom. She is super gone, if you know what I mean. Super gone, like gone. She's pissed that I am over here knocking like a crazy person. And I'm like, I didn't even get to knock on the door loud enough that we heard it. I'm like, who's we? Because I don't give a damn. I do, but little Lex don't give a damn. She sees my face and gets so mad. Gets so mad. And you know what? I was actually surprised that Tommy didn't really comment on it. But it's because I'm not her kid, you know? I'm not her kid. And I feel like Tommy probably just didn't want to like deal with it. And then maybe it was a good thing because if she paid attention to my lip and she was like, and I was like, she did it. And then it would have been bad. So I guess like it was like a good thing, you know? So she like grabs my face and was like, what the f with your lip? Like crazy, okay? I was like, don't touch me. So I'm like pushing her and she's like, what the f are you here for? What the fuck do you want? Like just so crazy in my face. And I was like, I'm looking for you. I thought you were, you know, and we're screaming. Tommy, Sugar, and Spice run over, and Tommy's like yelling at my mom, like, get the in the car. What the you doing? We're looking for you. Cussing out my mom, and my mom was like, what the happened to her face? What the happened to her face? Like trying to make it about me. And then Tommy's like, what are you talking about? And I look over at her, and more like my mom was like pinching and kind of like cracked it a little bit, so it looked a little bit crazier, I bet. And she's like, oh, what? I didn't, you know. And it says my mom's name. Like, I didn't even like pay. My mom's like, what? You didn't care because she's not your kids. Why you have my kid? Like, it was all over the place. Where it's like, wait, what are you talking about? And she's like, why the did you bring my kid here? Why the did you bring her here? And she's like, to look for you. Why? Why the would you bring my kid here? Like screaming at her. And Tommy starts apologizing. And was like, we're just trying to find you. We were just trying to find you. And my mom is like, she fucking stupid. Pick one. Yelling at her. So like, why the would she bring me here? Why the did you bring my daughter here? I'm Tommy. Like screaming at her. And Tommy is like, we were just trying to see if you're okay. We couldn't find you. The last we heard was this. And my mom was telling me that she was fine, There was no need to come in looking for her, that she was fine. That what we just did was cause problems. That we just caused a lot of problems for her right now. And Tommy's like, I don't give a fuck whose problem we caused for who. I don't care. I don't care about them. I care about you. Get in the car. My mom's screaming on the top of her lungs that she's not going to get in the car, that we just wasted a trip. And she's like, no, we've been looking for you. We've been looking for you since this time. Oh my eye, something's in my eye. I continue to like scream at my mom to like get in the car. My mom's like, you don't tell me what to do. Do you hear me? Like in my face, hot lava in my face, screaming at me, telling me to mind my business, that like I don't care about her. That if I cared about her, then I would come home. I was like, you want me to go home with a pedo? And I don't want to. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? And my mom is like out of it. Like when I keep telling you guys like out of it, I don't think you guys understand what I mean. Like she's so dazed where it's like, it's not even my mom I'm screaming at. Oh, what did I get in my eye? So we're all just like cussing my mom out pretty much to like get her to get in the car, and she don't care. She's like, yellow, don't care. Like she just doesn't, anything we're saying to her is just like literally, it's just like, she doesn't care. She doesn't know why we're there. And even if what that person told us happened, what the F were we gonna do about it? And that I didn't care about her, because if I did care about her, then I would have come home. And I'm like screaming at her that I'll come home with her, that I keep telling her I just don't want to be there with my stepdad. And she's like, you can't pick and choose what you want. And I'm like, why not? And she's like, it's very simple. And I get mad because I'm like, okay, so you're doing all this because I won't live with you and him. I'm like, no, you're doing all this because you want to, not because of me. Don't put the blame on me. So we're like swearing, yelling at each other. My mom's crying because I guess what I'm saying is extremely hurtful, but no, it's the truth. I feel like she was so stuck fighting her demons that it was easier to blame me. She keeps telling us that she's not gonna get in the car, that like we can just leave. Like my mom has this face where she like screams. It's like scary. Okay, so she's like screaming in our face, and I know Tommy gets scared because like Tommy took a step back, and I was like, oh, you stepping back just showed that she won, which is not true, but it's just like how my mom talks. So it had me talking like that. I scream at Tommy and I'm like, don't bitch down, because I felt like that's what it meant. And she's like, I'm not, I just can't save her if she doesn't want to be saved. Which is true. You can't save anybody unless they are willing to do some of the work too. And my mom was like, you guys are so stupid, you guys are so dramatic, like it's only, and we're like, no it's not, no it's not. So we keep screaming and then we hear a loud yell like, hey, like super scary. And my mom's eyes get kind of big and she's like annoyed because we irritated her little boyfriend. And so I start screaming at her and I'm like, let's go now because I will make a scene. I will make a scene. And she's like, okay, then what are we gonna do? Are you gonna go home with me? Are you gonna go home with me? And I'm like, no, like, what are you talking about? We can go back to Tommy's. And she's like, I don't want to stay with this bitch. I'm like, why are you talking like that? Like, I just kept, like, everything that, like, I was like, okay, let's do this. She was like, no, I don't want to. I was cool with her going to Tommy's, but I feel like my mom knew that since I didn't want to go with my stepdad, she was just using that as an excuse to be like, okay, let's go there. And I'm like, I don't want to go there. And I didn't want to say yeah, because like, what if she was like, oh, you said, and we had to really go. I didn't want to chance it. And the way she was thinking at that moment, I didn't want to risk it. I didn't want to chance it for any reason. I don't like it. So I tell her, like, I will go to Tommy's, but I'm not going to my stepdad's. And she's like, you see, always with your games, always with your games. And I'm like, how is that a game? So we are still like being mean to each other. And she's like, we get to always just do what Alexis wants. Only what Alexis wants, huh? And I get kind of annoyed because I'm like, chill out, man. Like, that's not even true. I know not to cry with my mom because she sees that as weak. And in her mind, she sees it as she won the argument. So I try hard not to cry. Is that a healthy way of thinking? No, but it's what I've grown up with and been taught, that if you cry during an argument, you instantly lost. That's it, you folded. My mom's always been really huge on that. That guys are manipulators and women too. As soon as they see you cry, you lost. You lost, which is not true. My mom was just around so much toxic that she thought that applied for everything. And it doesn't. It doesn't. And my mom was raised like a gangsta. So she literally thinks that's how it is, but it's not. So this guy comes to the door and he is like pissed because we are ruining their time, which I don't give half a nutsack. And I start screaming at him that I'm talking to my mom. And he calls my mom his lady. It says I'm stressing out his lady. And I swear it's like those moments like, I don't give a Keisha. I don't care. Think I care? So I start getting disrespectful with him. He tries to get disrespectful with me, and my mom checks him really quickly and says, not to, that like that's my kid. That not to like disrespect me, not to talk to me like that. And he's like, well, handle your kid. Screaming in my mom's face. And I'm like looking at her and I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, why do you do this? I didn't understand like how addiction is a bitch. She tells him that. My mom tells me to go with Tommy, because at this point Tommy already had like left. She's downstairs waiting and she like tells me like there's no helping her, like she doesn't want to be helped, she don't want to be saved. And I couldn't make Tommy continue to fight for my mom because my mom was dragging her for filth, saying all kinds of mean things to her, and I couldn't blame Tommy, and I didn't want Tommy to still keep taking it like a punching bag, because that's not fair either. Like, it's not. And so my mom pretty much told Tommy to kick rocks, that she probably feels real stupid for coming out when no one called for her. No one. To mind her business. To mind her business. So that's what she did. She went downstairs. My mom tells me to leave. To leave. And when I decide that I want to come back home, with her circumstances to give her a call. And I am just like disgusted because I felt like this was such huge manipulation and it just wasn't fair. It wasn't fair that I knew that she wasn't gonna go home and I wasn't gonna give her the satisfaction of saying like, okay, let's go to my stepdad's house with my brothers. I wasn't gonna give her the satisfaction of that because I didn't feel like it was fair to give her that. And if I were to say that, what if a part of her was like, no, I didn't want to. And it was hard. It was hard having to deal with someone who deals with their demons like that. It's hard. No one ever really talks about like how hard it is. I feel like my hair is all kinds of crazy right now. Oh my gosh, it keeps wanting to be parted that way. So I leave my mom there and I have so many emotions. I'm mad, I'm pissed, I want to fight, I want to take it out on the wrong person because there's no way I can square up with my mom because she is my mom. I'm super pissed. Get in the car with Tammy and Tammy tells me to stop crying, which automatically pisses me off because what? Like, I am pissed that she told me that. She didn't have to tell me anything, but she said it in like, I don't know. She was just trying to give me like a tough moment, like chin up. I don't know, but it pissed me off. And I was like, what the did you say? Like if I was grown, right? And she's like, what? And so I tell her, I'm like, why did you even bring me here? Like, why did you even bring me here? You know how she is. You know she's sick. Why did you bring me here? She tells me that she didn't think that she was gonna act like that. Like, she told me some stuff too. I'm like, who cares about you? Who cares about your feelings? Why did you bring me here? Sugar and Spice are like, Alexis, come on. Because I was so mad and I was being hateful. So we just drove in silence. And I noticed that we weren't going towards the area that I stay. So I asked her and I'm like, where are we going? She tells me that she can't take me right now, but she'll take me a little bit later. And I just kind of get snappy with it. I'm like, I don't want to babysit your kids. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't know if that's where you're taking me. Like, I don't want to watch any kids. Like, I don't. Like, it was a long day. I don't. And so I start going off and she tells me to calm the down. That she doesn't expect me to watch her kids. That she has to go and run some errands real quick. That to calm the F down and to watch how I speak. But I was so annoyed, y'all. Like, I was just pissed that like my mom didn't want to come home. I was pissed about the whole situation. I was pissed about Sam acting stupid. Like, I was just so mad and I didn't know how to process my feelings. Like, honestly, like who teaches you how to process a feeling when your parent is an addict and seeing them in that state? Like, my mom was just so dazed. Like, her eyes were so, I hated it. Like, I still have that memory so vivid in my memory. I can't wait till they tear down those apartments area, whatever, like motel thingies. I can't wait till it happens. I can't wait. So she takes me to Sugar and Spice spot where they're staying at. And we stay there for a good couple of hours because Tommy didn't want us to go with her to go run this errand. It's plastic. Yeah. So we stay at Sugar and Spice's house for like a couple of hours. I'm kind of mad because it's getting later and later. And I just have that feeling of I have to hurry up and get back. Mrs. Peach is going to be so mad at me that I'm out. And I kind of tried to express this to Sugar and Spice. They had a normal response. Like, you're good. Like, you're good. Like, you're with family. You're good. If they ask anything, oh, I was with my family. You're good. Like, you need to relax. Like, you can't have these people have you like this. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, you're good. Like, relax. You're good. We're just sitting there, just chilling. Spice's sister comes over. She's around like my age, and Spice is filling her in about Sam. It gets kind of awkward because they want me to give them like details, and they're trying to like do a little like, oh yeah, when we drop her off, you should go with us, and like Alexis can let us in the hotel. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Now I know they got upset because of how I was like, no, I'm not. Like, you're tripping. Like, I'm not gonna set anybody up to get jumped. Like, I'm not about that. Like, you're tripping. And Spice started getting angry towards me. Like, did you not see how she was acting? Like, are you serious? Like, you're cool with that? And I'm like, that's just how she is. And like, no, I'm not cool with it, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Like, I got no control over her. And so Spice was getting upset that like I was pretty much giving Sam like a free pass. And I was like, I'm not. Like, that's just how she is. And I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's why we dropped her off. And she's like, you didn't get mad about what she called us. I'm like, dude, I hate being called that. Like, I hate it. I don't know why she even does that. Like, knowing that her dad's from Mexico. Like, I don't even know what her deal is. I don't know why she does it. And she's like, because bitches like you let her get away with it. Now, she called me a bitch. I got upset. But I got more upset that she put her finger in my face. And I was like, dude, don't put your finger in my face. Like, I don't put your finger in my face. Like, I told you what it was. And I'm not gonna... If you guys find her on your own when she's slipping, she sees you guys, cool. But I'm not gonna be part of it. And don't be putting your finger in my face. Her little sister, we'll call her Brush. So Brush wants to get in my face, acting like she's a little gangsta, and wants to like start clapping her hands and telling me that she's, you're lucky, you're lucky. And I'm just sitting there and I'm still fighting with Spice because I'm like, dude, you got me fucked up. She's like, no, you got me fucked up. Don't keep it cute, keep it cute. And I'm just like, no, you keep it cute. No, you keep it cute. So she tells me to get out of their house, to get the out of their house. And I'm like, okay, cool. Say less, bitch. And as I'm about to go, Sugar grabs me and she's like, she's tripping. Just sit down right there. Like, you're cool. Sit there and just shut up. I'm like, no. So I'm still trying to leave. Sugar grabs my hand and she's like, just sit there and chill. I'm like, no. So Spice gets mad and she goes, oh, so now you want to be disrespectful? And I don't know what the heck was going on with her. I don't know what was going on. Their mama got home, had some pizza, and she tells Spice, just shut the f up. And so everyone's eating. I'm eating too. And Spice is like, sorry, I get a little bitchy when I'm hungry. And that girl, she really just irked me. And I'm like, it's fine. So we just look like little psychos fighting with each other. It was crazy. Tommy comes around. She honks her horn and I run out. Tell them bye. Because it was so awkward. Like, why was I even there? Like, I hated being in situations where it's like, why am I here? I never felt like I had a place. I never belonged. I never was like, oh, this is my spot, this is my house, I'm chilling in my house. I always just felt like I always felt like I was in everyone else's house, their area, their safe space, and I never had one for my own. Like, it literally irritated me that like at times I'd just be chilling at a friend's house and it's like, it's not even my house. I don't even have a place to call mine. Like, I don't even have my own room. Like, I've never had my own room. I need like a room like where it's just mine, like my beauty room, you know, like it's mine, like, you know what I mean? And it just sucked. I never feel like I never like ever belonged. So I get in the car with Tammy and Tammy's like pissed off because I guess like my mom got a hold of her and just like tore into her and was like so pissed off about all the stuff I was saying and how I hurt her and that I was just being so disrespectful, and I embarrassed her in front of her boyfriend because my mom had a new boo thing, and I didn't care. Like, it was just fueling me. Everything that Tommy was saying, like, it was just fueling me. So as we're driving, she's taking me back. It's like late, okay? Mrs. Peach has been like messaging me, asking me like if everything's okay and that there's no rush, that like Sam's fine. If I'm worried about her, that she's fine. And it just made me mad how even they knew how much I would stress out about like this freaking little shit. So I was just mad. So as we're driving, my mom sends me a message and tells me that I better not ever disrespect her again like that and embarrass her. I'm pissed because I'm like, okay. Like, this is crazy. Like, I don't know how to respond. I don't even, like, I don't know how to deal with this message in a healthy way. So of course, I get disgusting. I get very disgusting. When I am hurt or pissed off, I feel like there is no line that I won't cross at all. And I think I've learned that from my mom especially. And two toxic people being overly disgusting with knowing where the line is can get really harsh. So I was really going below the belt and writing her the nastiest things I possibly could. And my mom too. And she kept trying to call me so that I could hear her voice as she cussed me out, but I kept declining the call. and kept just writing her, being nasty with her, being nasty with her, being nasty with her. And she pretty much told me like she wanted nothing to do with me and not talk to her, that if I make her this upset to be this disgusting, and that she would never disrespect her mother this way. And I was like, but you disrespected her in other ways, okay? And I was just being foul. I was just being really foul. And I should have just left her on red because she was dealing with her demons, and I should have just like left it at that. But it's really hard that when someone's dealing with their demons, it's really hard to be like, oh, they're struggling, because you have emotions, and it's not fair. It just because someone that you love is dealing with addiction doesn't make it okay for you to be the punching bag. It doesn't. I honestly don't care if anyone is like, oh, well, I don't care. That's not fair. We're struggling with them, but the thing is, they don't remember the scars that they leave. We're going through the addiction with them, but the thing is, we're sober. So it stings a little bit more, and they're numb, you know? Tammy is asking if I need anything, and that if I wanted to go to the store to get anything for like my lip and stuff. And she's like, to be honest, Alexis, like I can't even stare at you sometimes because I just feel really bad. And I'm like, okay. Like, I didn't understand what she was trying to say. I think she was trying to say she has pity on me and that she couldn't look at me because she probably felt like she could do more. I don't know. But she's like, I didn't even see it. And that if I needed anything for it. And I was like, no, it's okay. And she was just apologizing that, yeah, she just can't stare at me or even look at me. And I never really thought about it. I never really thought about it. Like, and it could be me too. Like, I really don't really like eye contact a lot. And if I ever do give eye contact, it's probably because like I feel really comfortable with you. But I sometimes really avoid eye contact because it makes me feel uncomfortable and I feel weird. I don't know. And I don't know. And then there's sometimes it's just like it's just a natural conversation, and yeah, I'll make eye contact with you. And then there's sometimes where I'm like, oh, I overthought it, so now I can't make eye contact. It's weird. I'm weird. I tell her no, that like I don't need anything. She asks me like, are you sure? Do you need to talk about anything? I was like, nope, I'm good. She drops me off, and my heart is like racing because it's late, and I feel like even the walk to the room is just like giving me so many like I feel so uncomfortable because I'm like, oh my God, what if they're not there? What if they don't answer? What if this? What if that? What if this and this and that? And I just feel really uncomfortable. Like, I feel like, what if I get left out and forgotten? Like, I even hate when I lose my brothers or my husband in the store. Even though I'm grown as hell, I hate losing sight of them. And I start kind of freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, they just left me. And that's abandonment issues as And then when I find them, I'm like, oh my gosh, where did you go? All crazy. But yeah, Lex, that's on abandonment issues as fuck. You too grown to be scared about that. Anyways, so I had told Mrs. Peach that I was already on my way. She said, okay. And I didn't think to ask her, like, are you guys there? Like, is anybody there? Didn't think to ask about it, like, at all. I just thought, like, they would be there waiting on me. I don't know why. So I knock, and there's like no answer, and I'm so glad that like I had one of the keys, because if I didn't have a key, I would have been all by myself. So I noticed that no one was like talking on the other end. There was like nothing at all, and I'm like sitting there for a good minute, like, hello, anybody, nothing. So like I remembered that I had my key, put the key in, open it, and nobody's there at all. So I close it, put like a freaking chair behind the door because I'm like freaking out. Like, what if someone knows I'm here by myself? And then I start feeling guilty because I'm like, I did this to Sam. Oh my God, I feel so bad, you know, and all these like feelings are kicking in. And I just feel like it was so many emotions, and I wish I could go back and just like hug myself, because how much anxiety I had all the damn time and all these feelings, and like it was just so much for like my little brain and heart to even process. And it's like, to some it's like, oh, is it a big deal? No, but to me it was. Like, it really was. And I felt like it was just so many emotions, so many feelings. And I feel like getting left alone at dark time is a lot different when you get left alone during the day. I just feel like the demons come out at night versus during the day, you know? So I just sat there and I called Mrs. Peach, and she didn't answer. So I texted her and I was like, hey, I'm here, no one's here. And she just said, okay. And I don't know what I was expecting. I was just kind of confused because I was like, okay, seemed like you kind of cared earlier when you were calling, asking about my mom. Okay, but like, whatever. All right. So I decided to take a shower. Took a shower, and I was like, the whole time in the shower, I was like, maybe they'll come back when I'm taking a shower. So maybe you should hurry, since the the chair is like holding it up. It wasn't doing nothing. I really thought I was doing something. It wasn't doing nothing. I was like, maybe me holding it up, they'll need me to get out. So like, let's take a quick shower. So I took a quick shower. Nothing. They didn't come. And so I messaged her and I was like, are you guys coming back? Question mark. She didn't say anything. And I'm like, dude, like, what's going on? And I feel like when you are alone and you're not busy, that's when your thoughts take over, because I started thinking like, okay, they're gonna leave me here. They got mad that I left Sam and I'm gonna be abandoned here. No one cares about me. My mom literally just told me that like she wanted nothing to do with me pretty much. Oh my God, like what are we gonna do? And it's so hard to get out of that crazy mindset when you start thinking like scary like that, because it's almost like quicksand. Once you start panicking, you start sinking more, and that's how it is with my anxiety. Like it literally is. Like I was telling my husband the other day like how much I feel on edge all the time. I literally feel like a balloon that is like getting bigger, and I'm like waiting for it to pop, and then when it finally does pop, and I'm like crying and I have all these emotions and I'm like, oh my God, I'm feeling overwhelmed. The relief finally was like, okay, cool. But then the balloon is slowly starting to like blow up again, and I'm just like, ugh. That's how I feel. That's how I constantly feel. It sucks. My freaking eye has been twitching for the past couple of days, and I just feel so overwhelmed. I'm constantly apologizing all the time of like, I'm sorry this, or I'm sorry that, or even things I don't even have to apologize for. And they're like, you didn't do anything. And I'm like, I know, but I'm just sorry. Like I feel so much, and it's just, I'm constantly just like a balloon inflating, and it's about to, and then that relief I get, it's only seconds, and then boom, it goes back again to like blowing up. And yeah, I'm just waiting there, watching whatever I can watch, going through the channels, but I'm like in my head too much, and I'm just going through the channels in my head too much, and I feel like time is going extra slow, like extra slow. I messaged Tommy and I'm like, oh, what are you doing? Trying to spark up a conversation with her, and she's like, are you good? Like what happened? And I was like, no one's here. She's like, oh, that's why you're messaging me. And I'm like, yeah, like no one's here. Then I'm having to apologize to her because that's very rude to like, cause like if they were there and I was busy, I wouldn't be messaging her. And so I'm having to apologize that like I'm such a freaking a-hole, that I know how that comes across, but I don't mean to come across like that. She tells me that if no one shows up around like this time, to let her know, and she'll come by and pick me up, and then I can just stay with her. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm glad she offered, because I didn't want to suggest it, but since she offered it, and I was like, you said it, you know, all excited. So I messaged Mrs. Peach and I asked her like if they're coming back tonight, and she just says, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, great. Everything is just going in my mind, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if all the adults are like having like a house meeting or something, and I'm like not included, and maybe that's why like I can't go. And I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like all these emotions are going through my mind, and I'm like trying to get comfortable, trying to go to bed. I took another shower, because when I take a shower, like the thoughts go silent sometimes, you know? So I'm just thinking of like, okay, what am I gonna do? What's going on? Did they just leave me here? Like, what do I do? Do I go with Tommy? Like, do I call my mom? Do I apologize to my mom? Do I call Joe? What do I do? And I don't know what to do. The time passes by more. I finally just messaged Sam, and I'm like, hey, like what's going on? Like, can you fill me in? And she told me that she gave them my diary. So I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. I love you guys so freaking much. Besos a todos. And I hope you guys enjoyed Storytime. If you guys do enjoy Storytimes, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already to keep updated my Storytimes. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.